Hello and welcome to Wise Words, where I'm talking to amazing wise women who are sharing their wisdom about their lives and their business. Today I'm joined by an incredible soul. I feel like I want to say Dzień dobry.
Oh, wow.
This lovely lady hails from Poland and I've known her for a few years now. In fact, we met at a speaking university, and then we went on to become Association of Transformational Leader members with the amazing Marie Diamond. And so, this lovely lady, please introduce yourself.
Well, yes. Sometimes they call me Izabella with unpronounceable surname. My name is Izabella Niewiadomska, and I'm a wellness and mindset coach, a health strategist. I'm also a best-selling author. Transformational leader, you can go on and on. There are so many. But my passion is really working with people and making a difference in their lives.
Yeah, and I always remember Izabella from when I first met her. She always had this amazing red lipstick and always looked, you know, when you look at someone and you just go, how come they just look like so amazing every time you see them?
Well, red is definitely my favorite color. Looks like yours too today.
We're redding together, yeah. So Izabella, I know I saw you recently standing on stage and you were sharing your journey, which is incredible. The bit that I love all of it, but the bit I want to really come to straight away is the bit that you were talking about at the end, where quite recently you were chatting away. Was it some Chinese ladies that were in a room, and you said to them how old you were, and they were like, "What?" So do you want to share that story with
Well, it was actually fun. It was actually there were a few occasions. Let's put it this way. So it was not just one occasion. Recently, a lot of people were kind of surprised at my age, and but I was actually at the book launch of my friend, and there were ladies who were watching me, and they came to compliment my dress actually, and then we started chatting, and then they said, so, you know, what do you do to look so well? And I said, well, I'm 60. And they said, what? They couldn't believe it, and they said, you know, we want everything that you do. But obviously it's very flattering when people compliment you. What can I say? It's down to lifestyle and lifestyle choices. I'm not sure if it's in my genes, although my parents, they do look younger than their age. But it's, I think, a lot of to do with how we look after ourselves.
Yeah, and you've been in a number of magazines and Daily Mail a few years ago.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when I think it was 2011 when I wanted to expand my business. I started to go to networking events, and people noticed the way I looked, noticed my energy, and suddenly I was just invited to be interviewed by Daily Mail, by Top Santa, by Women Fitness, and different magazines and publications. And I was on different shows, podcasts, and Sky TV shows. Because people wanted to know, what do I do? Everybody wants to have more energy. Everybody wants to look good and feel good. So somehow I kind of, the word delicious became my word. Everything is delicious. And I love to bask in the deliciousness of life. Yes, when you live your truth, when you are kind of authentic, when you do what you love, it comes across. And then I didn't go and search for any PR or anything. People found me, or people recommended me to newspapers, to magazines. So there I was. Daily Mail called me a super ager.
I love that.
New title.
Super ager.
Yes, new title.
Fabulous. But if we go back, I mean, obviously this is where you are now, but there was a time, wasn't there, when you were much younger, where actually you were eating the right things and you were, you know, being physically active, etc. But there was still a problem. What was that you had then?
Well, I was 23. It was 1986, and I ended up in the hospital, temporarily paralyzed with loss of speech. I was in another country on a cultural conference, and then I woke up on a hospital bed. I had no clue how I got in there, and it was a very unnerving experience. I thought I nearly died. And then I looked at my life and I tried to analyze what I was doing, that it was not right. Because like you said, I was doing, you know, all the right things that I thought. Well, I was a bit naughty. I used to smoke. And obviously, you know, there were parties, so I was drinking. I clearly wasn't a saint. But what happened that I clearly underestimated the impact of stress And also, I think we people tell us, work hard. Hard work is recognized. Push yourself outside your comfort zone. But rarely people teach you and tell you what to do to replenish your batteries, what to replenish yourself. So you push yourself harder, harder. It's like, there's this rubber band. You stretch, you stretch, you stretch, and then you snap. And then you realize, okay, something has to change. And that's why I love this quote by Jim Rohn, my mentor for many years. For things to change, you've got to change. For things to get better, you've got to get better. Which I love this quote because it means, hey, you are in charge.
Yeah.
You can take charge of your life. You can take control. And if you change, things will change. And things will get better. But it starts with you. So I took that on board and I went on a quest to study and find out, to research what does really impact health, what to do. And obviously I clearly worked a few things out because I feel fabulous. I turned 60, but my metabolic age was 26. So when people ask me, how old are you? I'm trying to say, well, first of all, how young I am, not old. And should I say 26 or 60?
60, yeah.
Well,
Fabulous.
it's a bit of fun.
So you did work out. You worked out that there was there's like 4 main elements, I think you said.
Yes.
And then you found out there was a secret, didn't you?
Yes, I realized that there are 4 areas that they have profound impact on our health, well-being, on our energy, performance in all areas of life. And the first one is what we eat. Food has a huge impact. Then how much we exercise. We've got to move. There's no question about it. And it's just so important. Now, there's also the engagement, interactions with people. So our relationships, habits, they have a huge impact, profound impact on our health, well-being. And there is the other element, how we handle our emotions. When we are challenged, when we are under pressure, how we really respond to stress, to stressful situations. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that we can't control stress.
No.
What we can control is how we respond to stress, how we control our thoughts and emotions. And that's the wisdom. But then, what happened? I realized that, okay, you can eat well, but if you don't replenish yourself, then something will not go right again. And I look at those 4 areas and I realize there is still a missing point. There is something still missing. There's a little secret. And I developed this, what I call it the practical PACE method, where PACE represents 4 different areas as well. And this PACE helps you to improve the quality of your life, helps you to take control of all those 4 areas and harness them and master them. And it helps you to unleash your potential, unleash your deliciousness, and just to be more, live a life of fulfillment, to be able to give, share your gifts. Because, I mean, let's face it, when you are tired, what can you do? How much you can give when you are exhausted. You can't even play with your children sometimes, even when you're exhausted. When you're tired, you can get irritated, impatient. So all that has an impact. But when you look at things, stress is so in our face, nearly part of life. And actually, medical research says that 90% of all our illnesses and diseases are related to stress. So if we are facing stress, and on the other hand, we want to be healthy, look younger, feel better, and have vitality, live 120 years and or more, then obviously, clearly, we need to master this journey, this solutions, this replenishment, this pace, what to do not to fall into a trap. And over the years, I mean, I've been working in the health, well-being and personal development industry for the last 31 years right now. And I see so many great leaders, entrepreneurs, mothers, I mean, any person from any profession with so much of the heart that they would like to give. And I see how many of them, they follow exactly the habitual patterns that they took me to a hospital bed. And I know that if I follow the practical PACE method that I developed, they would be able to avoid it.
Yeah, brilliant. I know you spoke about that, and if anyone wants to find out more about that, then we'll put the link below to the talk that you did. Just in closing, I know that you talked about you can change your mindset, around anything. And it's interesting that you talk about pace, because you had in your mindset a few years ago that you would never do running and you didn't want to do running. What happened there then?
Well, all my life I've believed that I cannot run. And then when I turned 50, I think something changed in me. Maybe I just saw some friends really picking up on running also at the late stage in their lives. And I just thought, why not me? Why not try at least, and give it a go? And I was just really fortunate to come across a program, 5 weeks to 5K, and prepared by a famous, in fact, Olympic medalist from Sydney Olympics, a sprinter. And I just thought, okay, let's follow it. So I just started, couldn't fit it into my daily schedule at all at the beginning until I got the emotional connection with my reason why I want to do that. And then I did 5K and I thought, okay, why not 10? When I did 10, why not 25? And 25, God, maybe 50. Sounds really cool, that 50, especially that I'm, just turned 50, not long ago. And so 2.5 years later, I completed 100K.
Fabulous.
Which is like 2.5 marathons.
Is this in one go?
Yes,
oh my gosh,
in one go,
right, okay.
100 kilometers in one go. And I completed, but what was really crucial, that I recovered in 24 hours without any muscle pain whatsoever.
Brilliant.
And that was for me the proof that the practical PACE method that I developed, it works even in the circumstances like that.
Yeah. Amazing.
Because you've got to pace yourself. You cannot just run 100 kilometers without pacing yourself. It's impossible. Yeah. So that applies to every area of our life. You want to pace yourself in your business, in your relationships, in what you do, you prioritize your commitments, everything. But it's all about pace.
Brilliant. If people would love to find out more about how they can pace themselves so that they can be 28 or looking 28 when they're 60, where can they connect with you?
Well, I love immediate interaction with people. I like to talk to people. So below this video, you'll find my telephone number. Message me, then we can book a call and we can just go from there.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much
pleasure.
for joining us. As I said, if you'd like to connect with Izabella to find out how you can be deliciously you, and pinching your word, then the number will be below this video. Thank you so much, Izabella.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Dziękuję, yes, perfect.
And I will say goodbye, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video when we speak to more wise women sharing their wisdom with you. In the meantime, remember to keep standing up and speaking out. See you soon.